Hello and welcome to Union of Scum, the podcast where three comedians delve deep into the weirder crevices of UK culture. I'm Darren J. and I'm joined by Charles Webster and Paul Hilleard.
Hello.
Should we do it? Let's start at the top. What we're going to be talking about today. I'm going to be talking about a restaurant based in Cardiff called Chicken.com.
Today, I'm going to be talking about an African tribe in Scotland.
And today, I'm going to be talking about a guy that saved people in a terrorist attack. Roy Lana. They call him the Lion of London Bridge.
Lion of London Bridge, perfect.
You changed. You said you were going to do someone else.
I was going to.
I thought you started though because you said to us that you were going to start. We're talking about Raoul Moat, and I thought you were going to say I was going to talk about the hero of this fair nation.
I did. You know what?
I misunderstood, man.
I was going to do Raoul Moat, and then I watched a Raoul Moat documentary at the weekend, and it was actually really sad, and I felt really bad for him.
It's not a particularly chucklesome.
No, and I think so. I sort of
apart from when Gaza turns up and tries to get him a fishing rod and a loaf
really
of bread.
funny.
Back at the KFC.
That was really funny. But then he was a nan kid and stuff, and he had a really bad life.
It's always the trajectory of a nan kid, though, isn't it? You know, you're killing a few people and shooting yourself in a wood.
And I just felt sorry for him, and I felt sorry for the people he killed as well. So I thought, if I'm just going to be mocking the whole thing, what does that make me? Does it make me a scumbag? Yes, it does. So
does it make you worse than Raoul Moat in a lot of ways?
Yeah.
Tough childhood? That reminds me of someone.
Really bad.
Sorry, you're asking Charlie, we're talking about Raoul Moat.
No, it reminds me of number one cyclist, Bradley Wiggins.
Your hero. Your
hero.
Your hero.
Main man.
Well, should we talk about first?
Are we not going to talk about what we do in a week? Is that
I was literally about to get into. So Charlie, there's a format.
Look at these two.
You know,
old married couple.
Guys, we're riding high off our Ian Watkins TikTok video, you know, and I've decided now this is going to be tightly formatted. Tightly formatted.
How many views did we get, Darren?
17.8k, last count. I think it's sort of plateaued now at that. But I want to talk about what happened on the weekend where basically I squared up to a bunch of 18-year-old boys because they were touching my arse on the dance floor. So basically me and Charlie on Saturday, we went out for what Charlie calls leisurely foamies, a couple of drinks.
Just a couple of drinks, yeah.
And we went out as a few of us and we ended up in Welsh Club, which is, funnily enough, a club based in Wales, Cardiff. I was pretty well oiled by this point. But when you come into a room and you come in hot, like I was coming in, I came in dancing. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes what I like to do is I like to kind of go up to strangers. Like I do a thing for Charlie that I know makes him laugh as well. I put both my hands behind my head and I just grind up against a stranger because I just know it'll make Charlie laugh. Yeah. I didn't do that to these 18-year-old kids.
It's humiliating for you and the stranger.
Yeah. Nobody wins out of that situation. No. And I walked in, and they were these like 18-year-old lads sort of by the door, and I just went up to them and was kind of dancing in a goofy way. And I know in their heads, the first thing they thought of is like, right, we're going to wind up this whole fruit, right? Because without a doubt, they thought I was gay, right? Story of my life, right? They just thought I was gay. And I don't know why, I have no idea. But then I turned around and started dancing with like you and your girlfriend and stuff, and I just felt this hand just grabbed my arse and give my arse a pinch. And I turned around and they sort of looked away as if like they hadn't done it. And I was like, okay, right. Started dancing again. Happened again. And I was like, oh, fuck's sake, this is going to escalate.
Did you enjoy it the first time? Or were you angry?
No, it was kind of like, I kind of know where this is going. I've had a few instances like this where, people go, oh yeah, we're going to,
The first squeeze, though, where you're like, I kind of
The first squeeze, I was like, okay, maybe there's a bit of...
maybe I am wearing...
Miscommunication along the way.
I am wearing some lovely, shapely olive green trousers, and my arse does look great, because I've been doing leg day a lot.
And you are in a nightclub pushing 40, so yeah.
Yeah, none of you should be in this club, I'll be honest.
I didn't want to go in there. I felt like a fucking bouncer.
You were ruining their night. Yeah. These are 18-year-olds.
We were stinking the place out. It was like, having rubbish on the dance floor. It was having just a couple of bins on the dance floor.
Empty quaver packets. Yeah. That's what they just saw you as.
Yeah, those boys could have put whatever nonsense they wanted inside of me. Okay? But, and then the third pinch, I was like, right, I'm going to have to, deal with this. And I'd had a few drinks in me, and for some reason, the valleys comes out in me when I've had a few drinks. And I went up to them. I went full Paddy Considine from Dead Man's Shoes. I went up to them and I went, right, boys, if you touch me again, I'm going to knock you out, all right? You're right fucking there, mate. Yeah, and then they kind of went,
how many fights have you ever been in?
I've been in none. But I'm what they call all mouth and no trousers, Paul. I've never actually got to the point. I've been like, I think
You're
actually,
all
no, my mouth
trousers,
has got me in
it sounds
trouble once. I've been punched and headbutted, but I've never thrown a punch in my life.
Never thrown a punch.
So I'm not hard. I'm not going to confess that I'm a hard guy, but I just like, Darren Brown mind tactic. I thought I can get these boys to back down, and they did kind of go like, oh well, we're not doing anything, and I went, don't look at me, boys. All right, if you do that again, I'm gonna knock you out. And then I went to the bar and I looked out of the corner of my eye and I suddenly noticed there was about 10 of them. Like a group of 10.
You pan out.
And
Your tunnel vision is actually like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. Once the red mist had like dissipated.
Are you sure they weren't just
realised.
like they were just like a couple of young twinks looking for a bit of fun, saw an elderly twink and they thought, oh, a dead chance their arms. Do you think that was?
But Charlie, I know the gay scene. Twink is not attracted to twink. All right, I know this. If I'd have been a bear, fair enough.
You could have been a sugar daddy. They might have been like, hey, he's got some money.
Hey, he's got a white shirt on and olive green trousers. He clearly earns a bob or two. He's wearing the Marks and Spencer's colours. He's there, Mr. December, in the latest calendar. But no, I went to the bar then. I was like, and then I thought, oh my God, I'm going to get my head kicked in by a bunch of teenagers. It was almost like I was trying to like speak in code to the barmaid. I was going, yes, I'd like a panic button cocktail, please, if you know what I mean. I'd love a security with ice, thank you very much. But then they just went away, and it was fine. My dignity was intact. But I know, would you have jumped in, man, if they just started like kicking their head?
Probably would have. It'd been like the whole sort of like, you're my wife. I've got to step in and protect my wife.
Yeah.
My muggy Larry wife.
My short-haired wife, fresh out of prison.
My short-haired gay boy wife. But yeah, I probably would have, and I probably would have beaten up by teenagers as well.
Yeah, we both would have got our asses handed to us
because of you threatening them.
So yeah, that was our Saturday night. It was quite fun, wasn't it?
Did you enjoy it?
And he's still hungover.
I'm still a bit hungover and a bit,
in a bit of a bad mood.
Yeah,
really.
I'm just.
How long is a hangover for you now? So because you also you messaged me saying you were blackout down.
Oh yeah, I was. Yeah, I don't remember getting home.
Do you remember any of this?
I do remember this. Yeah, I remember this part. It's just last hour. No memory.
Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you pretty much Sunday you're still drunk. So Monday, this is Blue Monday, lads.
Oh yeah, well for me.
This morning, he's still got just low energy, stinking attitude, perfect for a comedy podcast.
That's why he couldn't do Moat. He was like, I can't do it.
It's too dark.
He's feeling crying, watching a Raoul Moat documentary about his childhood. No one loved him, and he was a big meathead.
So we gone with a far more upbeat topic of a Millwall hooligan.
I need a hero. I need a
jihadist. I mean, should we start with you this time?
That's lead into me, I think, because I'm not really.
You want to
funny.
shut down for the next?
Yeah, I'm not really very funny at the moment. So.
Okay, great guys. So yeah, tune in, like and subscribe. We're on TikTok, Instagram, and at Charlie's behest, Facebook soon. So if you want to see the most low energy podcast we can imagine. I mean, but I don't think Paul could be any more slouched in his chair if he could.
This is a mental chair. Why am I in this chair? We used to have like a nice chair where I was up. Now I'm sort of like.
I think it suits him in a chair. He's low.
He actually does. Yeah, you look like some sort of I don't know, like drunken Poundland king. We were just we were mugging Paul off as he was walking towards us. We said they looked like he was wearing a Tesco fleece.
I wore this on the BBC.
Yeah, I know, and you should be fucking ashamed of yourself, quite frankly.
What would you have worn? A dress?
Yeah, exactly. Paul, I'm on the BBC. I definitely would have been wearing a dress, mate. If I wanted repeat viewings and I wanted to, build a career for myself, I'd be wearing a dress. All right, we'll start with me. Well, this kind of does lead on nicely because we ended up, usually when our nights out pan out, it's a pretty similar, pattern. And we usually end up in a wonderful little eatery called chicken.com. Now, chicken.com, it's what's the funniest thing about chicken.com is it doesn't have a website or indeed any internet presence whatsoever. I did find an Instagram and the Instagram boasts it as a fast food restaurant with a splendid view of Cardiff Castle.
It does have a good view.
It's right opposite the castle. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's a splendid view, but yeah, it's certainly a view of Cardiff Castle. So if you ever, if anyone ever finds themselves in Cardiff, head towards the castle gates, directly opposite.
It's got. I would say it's got them. I've been conned many a time there because most of the time, I'd say 80% of the time I've been in there, I've been like howling drunk.
Yeah.
Right? And the menu is so confusing.
It's intentionally
it's
confusing.
so vast, right? Even I remember going there relatively sober. And I was like, I can't understand it now. No wonder I'm coming out with like a box and like a fucking gatto.
What it is, it's like it's like a collage of like choices, and they're all fairly similar, but they've got like just numbers. So it'll be like the 32 or the 33, and you'll sort of stumble up to the kiosk and go 34, please, thinking you're getting, I don't know, chicken skewers, and maybe like chips, and really you're getting family bucket side burger. With a picture of peanut butter milkshake, but the decor's quite nice. The inside, how would you? Hospital lighting, it's fairly bright, and it's a bit too bright and intense. It has these little coloured stools like affixed to the floor in case anyone wants to prize one out of the ground.
It's a bit more exclusive than McDonald's. No, McDonald's is so many people in there. Feels like you've got more space in it. I haven't been as many times as you lads, but every time I've got there,
you haven't got a loyalty card like me and Webster over here.
But you're always able to get a booth, which is nice.
Yeah, there's plenty of space.
There's
plenty of space in it. You enjoy your chicken.
You don't have to book a table when you go in there. Let's just say that. Hi, yeah, 4, please. From 4, please.
I went in there once and they charged me like I got conned 100%. I think I paid like £25 for like a fucking chicken meal, and I was so angry that I nearly went back in there and just demanded 15 quid of payment, and I just thought that would just look the maddest thing ever. Threatening some guy in there like 6 o'clock in the afternoon.
Wouldn't be the first time.
No, but yeah.
Well, it's got that like faux brick wallpaper as well.
It's got, like,
to give you an idea of like some sort of like an Italian pizzeria in New York.
I'm pretty sure it's got pictures of like
or an
New
open
York
mic night.
I think it's got pictures of New York and London, like Big Ben, and in like, images of like just famous buildings, just world buildings.
And it's sometimes what people do like to denote like class. You'll have like a picture of a pina colada on the wall, and you go, okay, this place is fancy. Can't believe I've worn my deck shoes here.
It's like in Weatherspoons, you know how they just have like a bookcase with loads of books?
Yeah.
But there'll be like an atlas.
Yeah.
And, the first 45 laws of common law or something, and you're just like, what the fuck is this?
So you feel better when you're drinking a Ruddles because they got Moby Dick on the shelf.
I'm cultured.
Yeah, I'm cultured.
Didn't you speak to one of the guys who works in chicken.com once?
I spoke. Yeah, so I remember it was a scrum because on a match day that place is completely like festooned. It's just full of people, and they were all like, there were people like getting their pizza going, I don't know the pepperoni, and giving it back, and like there was a real like, people were like trying to get their order, which is a big mistake. In chicken.com, you have what you're given, all right? You have what you're given, and you'd be happy with it. And not happy with it.
It is a tombola of.
It is a tombola of what you're gonna get. Yeah, double chips, maybe one chicken wing, £12.
That'd be a great idea for a restaurant, fast food tombola. It's basically you hand money over and you just get what you're given. Yeah, and you can't complain.
I'd go to that.
Yeah, me too. Actually, me too.
We would look at us.
Whole pie or one chicken wing. Or...
Yeah. We're currently dressed like 3 different kinds of drug dealer. So I went in there, and there's always the same guy working there. He's a fairly happy chappy, and he was stood in the middle of this throng, and he was just kind of smiling like a Buddha. And I said to him, like, I sort of leaned over, I said, mate, why do you work here? And he just went, I love people, man. Fair play. If you're going to work anywhere and you love people, like the worst human beings on the face of the planet, then yeah, chicken.com is the place to be.
I think you've got to be the level of patience you have dealing with the drunk public. The people are absolute cunts to people working fast food as well.
I reckon that's the only phrase that guy knew. I love people. You ask him anything.
Can I get more chicken tenders, please? I love people, man.
Can you put gravy into the box of chicken, please?
I love people, man. That's the phrase they taught him. We're trying to get into this country. No. It's, we've got a Union Jack on the cover art, but it's not that kind of podcast. Although if those people want to listen to this, come one, come all. We're very inclusive of everybody. But yeah, so what? So that we got a few. There's a few.
What's the worst thing going back to like, how 3 a.m. takeaway spots? One of the worst places in the world to be is in a takeaway at 3 a.m. on like a Saturday. What's the worst thing you guys have seen, or any stories that come to mind?
Well, I've got another story from chicken.com when I saw where two homeless men came into the restaurant. And
into chicken.com?
Into chicken.com while I was there. I think I was there solo. I think I'd been out on a night out, and sometimes I like a little. It's kind of on my way home. I like a little detour to chicken.com.
Is that your favourite place to eat in Cardiff after a night out?
When I've had 15 Jack and Cokes, yes.
when you say solo, were you a solo night out? Were you spiking people, or were you a solo night out? You were on your own in there?
I was dressed very much in this getup I'm wearing now. Just on a little what I like to call a fizzy drink tour. That's what I like to call it. Just going, yeah. No, I was I'd been out with people, and then obviously they'd gone one way and I'd gone another. So I ended up checking. I remember sitting watching this tableau, this wonderful scene play out in front of me. This homeless guy, they kind of tottered in, started kind of arguing with each other, and then mid argument, the one of them just leaned back and lay on the table as if it was like a hospital gurney, and he just sort of lay on it. And then sort of fell asleep. And then the other homeless guy lay on top of him, like trying to get him up. But he just keeled. He was obviously so drunk. He just keeled over, and they just lay on top of each other. And then the security guard came and said, "Boys, you can't be doing that, yeah."
I told you once. I'm not going to tell you again. No more lying on the tables.
Come on, Ernie and Silas, out you get.
They weren't like asleep or anything. They were
just
lying.
They were just hammered. Like, they just had no motor skills left.
They couldn't get back up.
They just couldn't. He just carried on going. It was like a modern day Waiting for Godot. They were just like keeled over onto each other, and they just lay there. It's like they. Have you ever seen someone fall over and they're so drunk they don't get back up? Yeah. Their hands don't come out to break their fall. They just hit the deck. That's kind of what happened. But in slow
doing
motion.
the running man.
Yeah, it was just like
legs just kicking in.
They were just groaning. So that was quite a funny scene. But I don't know if you've had any funnier stories.
No, but there's always a threat of violence.
Oh yeah.
There's an undercurrent in a takeaway for sure.
We're just waiting for something to
I don't
kick
know if
off.
I've ever seen any full-on brawls break out in a takeaway.
I've seen some horrible ones over
Really?
years, yeah.
Being a part of
would
them.
you care to talk about them at the moment? Or
I remember a couple of friends who...
He's in a delicate place. He's still going to come down. He's like...
Yeah, I saw some fights in there once. Okay, let's move on.
I remember a couple of my mates back in the day, they made the foolish mistake of going into a kebab house and starting on the guy running a kebab house, which is never a good idea.
No.
The guy with the big fucking knife.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't do that,
Yeah,
boys.
the guy, that mad Turkish guy. So they went in there and they threatened them, I don't know, for a can of Coke or whatever. And they ran out after them with fucking massive knives.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. They got an access to like cleavers.
Yeah.
Like steak knives, prongs.
I also remember a great story involving my good friend Robert Hatton, which we may have to bleep his name out for this, but he
He's got a wife and kid, works in the TV industry.
And yeah, he used to get quite angry. He used to sort of turn when he was drunk. He'd just
He's a turner.
Turn into the devil basically. And he went to Family Fish Bar in Cardiff, which is a nice little family-run fish and chip shop.
We'll be covering that in episode 13.
And he went in there and he asked for fish and chips, and he put down. They obviously served it up, and he put down 2p onto the counter. He grabbed.
That's a hostile act, isn't it?
He put a 2p down and he grabbed his fish and chips, and the guy, there was two guys. One of them jumped over the over the counter, put the sign over from closed to open.
Oh no!
And started laying into him, beat the living fuck into him in there, and he came
That's
home.
like something from like The Sopranos or something.
Yeah.
They just go to the door. Yeah. We're closed. 5 minutes.
Yeah.
They beat the living fuck into him, and And yeah, he was kind of, he came back and he had like a bloody ear, he had like a bad, like, I think it must have stamped on his legs and shit. He had like a kind of hobbling back.
All over what, like £7?
Yeah. I think there had been previous, but he went in.
I think also there was subtext to that. It wasn't about the 2p and the food, it was about something else.
But you know what was great about it, which I really loved, the moral of the story is that he went back a few weeks later and they had no problem and he just ordered a meal and they accepted his cash and they just moved on. They were like, beat you up.
Well, they realised he was a gentleman. It's like he played the game.
Yeah.
You can't put 2p down. You know, I bet he did it like that as well. You know, when he put his
he was
finger
worried
on
about
top,
it, yeah.
so like, take my money. Like the biggest cunt in the world. Let's beat this fucking drunk man's head in for a bit. He comes back in a week later. He didn't phone the police. Yeah, we'll make you a chip buddy, no problem.
There's a certain honour system to it, isn't there? You know, it's like you came in, you threw some shade at us, you lay down the gauntlet, we kicked your head in. It's done.
Yeah.
There's no, let's start fresh.
Yeah.
Clean slate.
I've only ever fucked around with like, because you can tell when you can sort of fuck around with the people who are serving your food. Like, I'll be honest, I love people. Yeah, because you got the vibe of I love people, man.
Right. Okay.
He's not a super alpha dude.
Right.
No,
Yeah.
and coming from like a guy who's not a super alpha dude at all, you know. Whereas the guys with the fucking swords, like the Turkish dudes, they've got the hair. They seem fucking like we're ready to scrap at any chance.
Yeah.
We'll call you brother, but we'll also fucking stab you if you fuck with us.
Yeah.
Whereas Chicken.com is more like, I'm just happy to be here, man. You know, I'll do whatever. Please don't fucking cave my head in. Whereas the Turkish boys, sometimes they're like, I'll fucking stab you, you cunt. I was in Zante and I was a bit loosey-goosey and I took a shot and the shot was like, I don't know, it's the tequila. And you know, when you're just like, I need to get out of my house. So I put my arm behind the bar and grabbed some fucking ice. I went to chuck it in my mouth. Before I could even do that, he had like clenched down on my hand, this dude. Same like height as me, but you know when
pulling
he's
you
just
into
like,
the cooler. Come on, son.
he was just squeezing it, looking me in the eye, and I was like, I just wanted some ice. He goes, you ask, you cunt. And I was like, all right.
Fair play again. He laid down the law. He let you know the rules, the terms and conditions.
I've also been that guy, the homeless fella sleeping on the fucking
We can believe you were once
the table.
homeless, Paul. We
Yeah.
can believe.
Again in Zante.
You look like you've been dressed in a soup kitchen, for sure. It's like, oh, you want to go through the bin there, son? Go on. Treat yourself. We've got a Tesco fleece in there.
Okay, I ended up fucking falling asleep whilst eating a pizza. But in Zante, there was a nice couch. I just fell asleep and woke up and people were like, hey, he's up. How you doing, man?
Where was
Have
it?
a drink.
Where was his couch?
This was in Zante.
In a bar, was it?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't in a bar. It was
Shay-long.
It was in like a pizza place out in Zante, but because it's like very warm, you know.
Chauffeur and pizza was a great combo.
It was their chicken.com, but instead it was like pizza.
Yeah, it would be Zante chicken.zn or something like that. Just more specific. It's a franchise. Well, tell them about what about the place that you go to when you're on your Christmas bender. We go to that very rude establishment.
We go to Wonky's in Soho in London, and it's a.
Is that what they call? That's not what you call it.
No, it's called Wonky's.
Right, okay.
It's not. I'm not being racist or anything. It's
Okay,
called
good,
fucking Wonky's.
good.
Okay, it's in Soho. It's a Chinese restaurant, and it's the rudest restaurant in London. And
is that what it's known for?
Yeah, people. It's not like
reputation.
it's not like it's a gimmick. They are just rude cunts in there.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and
it's like one of those restaurants. You see those restaurants in America where, like, you know, just so they want to get like TikTok famous.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever,
it's not
where
one of
they're
them.
rude and they throw your food out.
they're just horrible.
Yeah, they're just
It's not horrible. They're just fucking rude.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to go in there quite regularly because it's quite cheap in there as well. And there's just no. They come over and they like bark like, "What do you order? What do you order?" And
where are they from? You want to like to state the place they're from and then do the impression?
Yeah, maybe just edit this part out. They come in and they bark at you. What you want to order, and then,
Even trying to amend it, but it's still in broken English. They say, "Me wanna serve you, Missa."
Would you like chow mein or chips?
They say, "Would you like fried lice?" Is what they say.
So yeah, they're just brilliantly rude in there. And
Food's good though, right?
food's great.
That's why they can do it. Service is shit.
And they just, I remember going in there and my friend was actually unconscious while on the table. He was like that. Called over like that. And
He couldn't even put his head on the table.
they went round. They went round. They ran around ordering everyone, and he just said, my friend just said, I love you, thank you. That's all he said. I love you, thank you. And that was it. And they were okay.
That's nice though. Yeah, they probably appreciated that. I mean, after they probably conned you out of a lot of money as well.
Yeah, it's a great place.
I think that I would. Would you prefer to go somewhere where the food was cheap and the service was bad? I would. I'd put up with that. I think I'd put up with bad service.
That's where that's where we go anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
That's our bracket.
I don't really like being served. I find it awkward and weird. I just rather someone slap it down, give him the bill, and I'll move on.
Or to get fired out of a cannon straight into your mouth.
Yeah,
not even in a container or like.
It really fucks you when people go, "How was your meal? Is everything okay?" And they like go like low down. It's
No,
like,
that's the worst.
The worst.
When they come back, it's just like,
Yeah,
just
just
leave it.
fuck off,
I'll
like.
find you if there's a problem.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
The worst is in a cocktail bar. I remember having a bloke do this. And he had one of those. You know, they wear like tool makers aprons to make it look like, oh, we're doing a trade here, rather than like you're just a cunt who pours lemonade into a fucking cocktail shaker.
Yeah, you're not a
Yeah.
carpenter.
You're not a
daft cunt.
fucking. You know what? You didn't do what my dad did for 50 fucking years of his life.
Show us your calluses, you cunt.
Yeah, exactly. Your hands are baby fucking smooth, all right. But that's the thing. Yeah, so he's wearing a tool, and he did for the audio for the Spotify listeners. He did the thing where he got down to our level,
Oh,
he squat,
I hate
and he
that.
put his hand on his heart. He goes, "Hi guys, we're gonna get more of you. What we having today?" And he had this like shitty little notebook that he's writing. It's like, stop making this job more complex. You're on minimum wage. Do you know what I mean?
It's really patronising as well.
Very
like,
patronising. He's like
Getting down
squatting
to a level.
against you.
Someone's taught them that as well in some sort of like management fucking
Oh, yeah,
course,
management.
training course. Like, get down to a level. The customers love it. Right?
When you meet a customer's eye line, their defence is lower. And they're willing to spend top dollar on a pina colada.
They always remember good service. If you get bad service, they'll tell 5 of their friends. So, fuck you.
But yeah, but what I thought would be funny is if there's some amazing reviews of chicken.com. Not all good, you'd be surprised to hear. It's a bit of a mixed bag, but some of them are just very funny. So this one star TripAdvisor. Greasy sad meat. Which I think if you ever go back on the dating scene, you should have that on your Tinder profile.
Greasy sad meat.
For the love of God and Jesus Christ and Mary and also Joseph, I paid $9.99 for a doner meat and chips, medium size, mind. What was handed to me was a polystyrene box full of grease and sadness. I was told I would be given a variety of fresh salad. Well, there's your first fucking error right there. When I received the greasy sad box, I was told there was no salad. I am absolutely appalled with the meal I was given, and I shall not be returning. Another one. This is hilarious. I won't read there's quite a lot of the review, but it says here, chicken and fries are the worst I have ever had. The pack of frozen chips bought from the supermarket would be even better than that. It is the worst meal I've ever had in my life, if I do not count the one I was forced to eat with dog meat in my childhood.
Oh, nice.
So this one's got 2 stars. It's called This Is for Boss Man. Look, man, the chicken wings in their bangs like them wings buff. But boss man in there needs to fix up and put some care into his work. Almost forgets something like cheese or wings. The burgers, they ate. But a bit of love and bam, you got one of the best in Cardiff. You're a blessed guy, but your head ain't with it. Also, them buns need improving. Bit wet for my liking. Prices are calm wings and burger meal together should be a ting. My Cardiff... What's it say?
A lot of accents on this episode.
Biggest chicken burger fan. Trust me, no cap.
Nice.
This is one which what I love is these people who come from the States and they review everything amazing. Like this one has got like 5 stars. This is from Eris Culpepper from Mississippi.
Pepper.
Don't usually dine out while traveling. Definitely avoid most of the big American chains. Can get that easy enough here in the States. This was a nice treat. Chicken burger. Very lush. Worth popping in to try. Courteous service. Clean. We'll definitely go back next trip. Imagine coming all the way from the States and you're like, I love the internet. I'm going to go to chicken.com.
Look at this wallpaper. My God. They got a margarita.
Very quaint. Again, it's opposite the castle. Great castle view.
I would say a spectacular castle view.
It is mental though. You have got like this castle right opposite.
Big
like,
icon and then chicken.com.
chicken.com.
This is a great one. This is like, again, 5-star review. You can only imagine this is someone who clearly is affiliated with the restaurant. I was guided to this blissful establishment by the sweet smells of deep fried chicken and chips. These smells evoked a deep sense of happiness and made me feel like a child again. The atmosphere and music choice maintained this emotion through the entirety of my visit. 5 stars. And then the final one, which really made... Oh, this is really funny. 1 star. Blasting music at full volume so that you can't even think about your order. No sauce offered. All the workers look scared and unhappy to serve. And this
Exactly, that's what I said.
And this has got a reply from the owner. So the person from chicken.com has replied, "Thank you for coming at chicken.com. Some people like loud music and some don't. I believe you came around 4:30 a.m. with a bunch of your friends. Staff must be tired, not scared. Overall sauces for free and help yourself around the centre." They've also replied to another I don't know. It's quite bad
Source
English.
centre.
They've
The
also
Source Centre, yeah.
Someone's also replied saying their shop is very dirty, and they've replied saying, "Hello, Hakeem. Thank you for your review. Your review shows your mentality. You are saying you're regular, but our shop is dirty. Well, I believe your review is wrong, and you have some grudge on us. Please do not come back to our shop." Honest again, authenticity.
Fuck them.
And then
Don't like a dirty shop? Go somewhere else.
Yeah, go to McDonald's.
Yeah, go Chippy fucking Lane. Yeah.
This one, this is the final one, which I thought was really funny. Well, there's 2 that are very similar vibe. Someone said, "I would rather punch myself in the face than go to this restaurant again." And someone with a similar vibe has said, "Awful, obnoxious staff, just bad establishment. Should certainly demolish it and use the land to build a library. Would rather crush my head in a vice than go there again." So there we go, guys.
There is a big library in Cardiff, though. There's like a fucking 4-story library.
And also, libraries aren't open at 3 a.m. and serve hot food, do they? And if they did, then maybe that'll change things. But you don't, at 3 a.m., you don't want some guy offering, Enid Blytenberg. I can't even say her name.
You also don't need to say anything about libraries if you're like, I'm going to crush my head in a vice and fucking just go to that, lad. You don't need to fucking talk
I hope Cardiff Council are listening. If you want to get more footfall in, start serving wings.
Let me get the phone out because I've got some words I need to say.
Wow,
but
we've got bullet points for this one.
no, I don't have bullet points.
Okay.
There's some wording to some of these things, and I don't want to come across as like a modern day fucking...
If the first words out of your mouth are Bradley Wiggins revisited, I'm going to be very annoyed.
I'm not trying to be Bernard Mannings. I'm just saying. I'm talking about a fucking African tribe that settled down.
This is a sensitive topic.
Yeah,
you want to make sure you got all your facts.
Yeah, I'm not. So there was this fucking African tribe in fucking...
African tribe in Scotland.
So yeah. Did you boys hear about this African tribe?
No,
in Scotland?
explain, Paul.
No.
So there's...
Please go into detail.
I thought there was going to be like... When I first heard about this, they came over in spring. It was 2 of them, all right? From
is that
the
a
king.
tribe? 2
Well,
people?
that's the thing. That's what the.
Isn't that just an holiday?
The media are saying that they're a tribe. They're the kingdom of Cabala, all right? And it's just on the outskirts of Jedburgh in Scotland, eh?
Yeah, go on, sorry.
Yeah. And
How,
Go on.
just because you've moved to a country, how can you form a...
well,
tribe?
this is the thing, okay? So they came over in spring. It was the king, Kofi Offa. He's from Ghana.
Yeah.
And he calls himself King Athena.
Okay.
And then there was also the queen, Jean Gasho.
Gasho, nice.
Queen Jean, nice.
Queen Gasho. Nice,
But she only went...
gash on her. Like,
Come on.
She only went by Queen Nandi.
okay.
Or the Queen in the North. That's what she called herself. I was watching a video and she was like... Someone was trying to interview her and she was like, unless you call me the Queen in the North, I'm not talking to you. And he was like...
Oh, high status, aren't these two? Couple of fucking show ponies who rolled into town there, you know?
Yeah.
Demanding their king and queen of an area.
Yeah, I know. Like,
Well, they're saying they're taking back the land that was stolen from them 400 years ago. So they have the kingdom of Cabala. All right? So it's just those two. And there's a couple of tents.
they rocked up with some sort of charter they printed off the internet and go, look, we've traced this back.
Well, no one
This is-
knew they were there. They got there in the spring, and people didn't start talking about it until, like, summertime. And they were on, like, private land, and then they got evacuated off there. But they just...
When you say evacuated, I mean kicked off by a local farmer. Was
Yeah.
that right? Yeah.
Hey, Hamish, you know, there's the two guys out there. One of them's wearing a tiara. They say they're kings. They've been here for quite a while.
One's calling herself Miss Cash as well. She's a queen, Miss Cash.
She said she won't talk to me unless I call her Queen at North.
So they knew that they could just walk like 100 meters, and then there was free land there. So that's what they did. And then like the Scottish borders were trying to get them out for ages and evict them. And I was when I first heard about it, I was like, that's quite a funny, whimsical story. These two like fucking.
Does it take a dark turn?
Yeah, these two African guys are just guy and lady, king and queen. I should
Yeah,
say.
come on, let's not just, reduce them to the common folk.
You know,
they're royalty.
the king and queen of Cabala. Like, just let them hang out in a forest.
See, I respect that more than I respect like our royal family, because that's being honest. That's what really happened, but just hundreds of years ago, and we've all just accepted it. We're all like, oh yeah, of course of course you're the Knight of the Garter. Yeah, that makes sense. You're just making up these titles. I respect these guys because they're starting it at the ground floor. They're like, yeah, I'm a king and I'm a queen, so I'm just gonna appoint myself that title.
How do we know that they aren't just making up and they aren't really mentally unwell and they've just turned up and they sat on a field? That's what
that could be applied to our royal family as well as them.
Yeah, but
really,
we can at least we can trace ours back to hundreds of years ago.
Yeah.
These two fucking idiots who just turn up and sat in the field and even they just.
We can only trace it because it happened over time.
Yeah, but Charlie, in 100 years' time, Queen Latifah and King Gerald or whatever, they may be the royal family of Scotland.
Miss Gash and her faithful husband.
Miss Gash and the king. Like
Miss Gash and the Gash King.
The King and Miss Gash, and that I can't wait to see that biopic in a few years' time.
So the king and Miss Gash are just there, just chilling, and it's a kingdom. They're just camping.
Really?
They're wearing like rags. They've got
somewhere.
face paint on. It's kind of like, this could become a tourist attraction. I don't know.
Burgers, paint on the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
that's the thing. If I was a farmer, if I was a savvy farmer, I go, hold on, Hamish. Let's not kick these guys off our land just yet. Let's set up a booth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's set up
monetize it.
Monetize it. Set up a store.
Monetize these mad cunts. who
Yeah,
turned up.
exactly. Especially if they've been in the news or they've been in the local news, they go, right, there's some cash to be made here, Like,
and the land.
The thing is, they haven't experienced Scotland in the winter, which will force them into a local homeless shelter because they will die out there.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, I think that's what the landlords were really worried about. It's like, these fuckers aren't going to survive. They came in spring, summer, even spring is like freezing up there. And they're just wearing all this like, traditional African sort of garms, where you're just like, I can see your tits, I can see your fucking belly. It's like, this isn't good for you, This is like, you're going to catch a cold. And
you're gonna catch a permanent cold, and die.
I'm sorry, Lady Gash. It's Queen of the North. Sorry, Queen of the North. We're gonna have to amputate one of your breasts. You are severe frostbite, Your Majesty.
Those nipples are gonna come straight off. They're gonna first to go to nipples.
Yeah.
But they like in every interview I've watched of them, they're very determined. They're like, no, there's gonna be thousands of people that are coming. They're coming from Jamaica. They come from the West Indies. Tobago. They're all coming. And
It sounds more like a cult, doesn't it? Really, than a tribe. It sounds.
You're ahead of the curve. You're ahead of the curve because
here we go.
it was just the two of them, Lady Gash and the King, and then
They can make it if they try. Just the two of them.
And then the handmaid.
King and I.
The handmaid came, and the handmaid was a 21-year-old from America, whose mother was like, they've kidnapped my daughter.
Okay.
They've like entrapped her or coerced her. Yeah, they've groomed her. So that's what the story became.
Again, like all royals do, they
Exactly.
end up grooming people.
So it started with, it was just two of them. Now you've got the handmaid girl, who I think's from like Texas, like 4,000 miles away. She ended up here, and every time someone interviews her, they're like, "What's going on with you then? What's your role? If he's the king, she's the queen. What are you?" And she goes, "I'm the handmaid." And they're like, "Oh, what does that mean?" They go, "I have to tidy up and make sure everything is clean. And if it's not to my queen and king's liking, that's not good." And they're just like, "Are you here on your own free will?" And she's like, "Yes."
Oh, she's slightly
I'm
detached.
Here. Yeah, a little bit. More than a little bit, And it was just weird because it reminded me of when I used to go camping at a place called...
I thought you were going to say, reminded me of when I joined that cult for 10 years. To be like, no offense, Paul, but if there's anyone in this room who I imagine could be tricked into joining a cult,
You reckon me of
it
all?
would be you, mate. Yeah.
Duped into a cult.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
No chance.
No,
Out
definitely.
of all of us, definitely not me.
Yeah.
Or like you were, or like tricked into human slavery.
You like
on a caravan
outfits.
site.
You like outfits and doing accents.
ripping radishes out of the ground. They said they'll pay me eventually. Give me 6 months. I
Admittedly,
get all the CDs I want.
Have they recruited any more people then, apart from this clearly mentally unwell
so it's just this
American
woman, this mentally unwell lady from America, and they've gone in now.
Is she young?
Like a week ago.
This girl?
She's 21. The Queen is 46, and the King is 43.
Nice.
No, 33, something like that. So yeah,
Lady
I
Gash
feel like
has got her little toy boy.
I think Lady Gash is like playing the system a bit because
on full pip, got a mobility car, but a lot like.
Royal Chariot, I'll have you know. Thank you very much.
But the police went in about 2 weeks ago, I think now, like at the beginning of October, and yeah, just taking them all out. They've got rid of the
Police
king.
went in, they're all part of the cult now. They're the foot soldiers.
Well, this is the interesting.
Sorry here, mate. I'm a foot soldier now. I got to quit the film.
The king and the American, they've both been arrested on like immigration problems. So I think
Immigration problems, that's what they're called, aren't they? Problems.
yeah. So I feel like the Queen is basically, she's running the whole system. She's convinced this lad to come from, I think, Zimbabwe or whichever part of fucking Africa he's come from.
Nice.
She's-
Nice. I can tell as soon as you stuttered out Zimbabwe, then I was like, he has no idea where they're from.
I fucking did a bit of research before I fucking came here. It was some part in Africa, and then she's from fucking Austin, Texas, or wherever, and they've both clearly been hoodwinked by the Queen Gash, and Queen Gash has got them just there.
Thank God this is a comedy podcast and not an informational podcast. We're so light on facts, it's unreal. Like, we've been calling her Lady Gash the whole time. That is not her name.
Well,
I'm sure this is borderline. It's on the cusp of something. We're causing offence to somebody.
Yeah, we are 100%.
I'm calling her Queen Gash. She doesn't get to be called Queen in the North. She's fucking a lunatic who's lured a fucking a 21-year-old
Some
from her
cheerleader who
family.
didn't make the varsity
Yeah.
fucking cheerleader team, and she's taking it hard. So she's going, I'm going to Scotland.
She's supposed to be. She's supposed to be
slave.
studying to be a lawyer. Suppose this 21-year-old girl.
Oh,
yeah, like you know. So she's clearly been groomed by this fucking lady, and I feel like the king. The king has also been groomed
Yeah.
Nice.
because she's the only
Kings,
one.
sometimes they do get groomed, but in a very, in a very physical sense, not a mental way. You know?
So,
So it's been shut down in this tribe, is it?
it's been shut down, and the only two people who have been arrested are the king and the 21-year-old American, because I don't think they were here legally. Whereas the Queen
The Queen
was.
zoomed off in a Royal Chariot / mobility scooter, cackling into the Scottish Highlands.
But she's going to replace Andrew, I reckon. That's what we should do. We should get Queen Gash to replace Andrew.
I'd vote. I mean, I'd rather her in. I mean, she's got a slightly more clean slate than he has. Do you know what I mean? I mean, she might be manipulative, but she's not got previous. That's funny. That's good. Yeah, that's funny though. But I like that. I like hearing stories about like like towns that secede from the United States. So you got these like little pocket communities where they go, yeah, we're just gonna be a kingdom, because that is how most countries and most like little tribes or like these independent states. That's how they start. Just a bunch of people get together and they go, yeah, we're just doing this now, and there's enough of us to buy into it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That's all it takes. A little faith in yourself.
a little faith.
Call yourself a king. Call
Little
yourself
faith
a
in
queen.
numbers, and maybe a handgun to threaten people with.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen them try and stick it out for a winter. Because if they
Yeah.
did stick it out for a winter, then I feel like we had to respect them a bit more.
Scotland Yard should have gone, you know what, guys, you've toughed it out until
Yeah.
February.
Yeah, they should at least one of them catch hypothermia. That'd have been a fitting end,
Yeah.
really.
I now pronounce this hill the Kingdom of Gash.
Because it looked like there was nothing, like from the pictures, it was just a shitty bit of forest. Maybe some dog walkers go past from time to time, but it was like nothing was growing there.
Yeah.
I don't think they were doing much damage.
What do you think that kingdom's biggest export would have been?
Pine cones.
Dog turds.
Dog shit in like little bags, tossed into the forest.
They would sell them as ancient relics to fucking other idiots.
Johnny's, maybe it was a
Walking by.
gay dogging spot.
What about that's their biggest thing? It's like they got a dog shit levy. If a dog shites in their kingdom, they charge the owner, pocket full of doubloons or whatever. Whatever they cut, what would their currency be? Yeah, leaves, old
Yeah,
leaves.
pine cones, just chopped up pine cones in a little jiffy bag. Dollar them out at a local shop.
Got pine cone, half a pine cone smothered in shit, half a pine cone smothered in shit.
Johnny on a dom on a pine cone.
A mole skeleton, that's about 100 quid.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, I like that.
so good.
To me, that is a classic British story.
Yeah.
To me, it's a good British tale.
I want to see where she ends up because she's still here.
I think she's
And
gonna-
she hasn't
Should be-
broken
should
any.
be- She'd be on the Tales at Home. She'd be on the
Say, either in hospital or the Tales at Home bargains. One of the two. Probably a little bit of both.
And she's still asking people to call herself the Queen.
She insists the name tag says the Queen of the North.
Queen Gash.
It's like, look, you've got to call her Queen of the North, otherwise she ends up throwing the toilet rolls everywhere. Huh? Charles, the final segment.
Oh, I'm going to do the Lion of London Bridge. So this was
Pray, explain.
So this guy, but it was a terrorist attack in London in 2017. Some Muslim guys, some extremists went down there and started causing shit, stabbing people and stuff with swords and knives and stuff. And so Roy,
Samurai Jack, like.
yeah, Roy basically what he did was he just fought off for just a couple of these terrorists outside the pub, and punched a few of them, and he got stabbed up quite a lot. He got stabbed in the stomach and neck. He was quite badly injured actually, and he was kind of a hero really because he saved basically a pub full of people because they were trying to get into the pub and trying to kill people, and he went out there and he shouted "Fuck you, I'm Millwall."
I am Millwall.
Yeah, "Fuck you, I'm Millwall."
Which is a chant that hooligans.
No, well, he's just a Mill supporter, and he just went "fuck you" on Mill. And Mill, it's quite a hard like football club from like southeast London, and he was like, "I'm not having this. I'm Roy, and I'm Millwall." And yeah, so I mean, in a way, he was a hero. But what people didn't realise is that when they sort of investigated further into his life,
When they skimmed off the cream of chivalry underneath,
Yeah.
they found the milk was turning.
so what happened was they realised that after doing a little bit of light digging, that he'd be done for like racial assault.
yeah.
He like spat like a black journalist.
Yeah, of course.
And he'd been done for like quite a few offences. I think he'd done time. No, I think he'd done for assault, common assault, drug possession, and breaching a restraining order. Breaching a restraining order granted to his mother. So his mother didn't want to see him for some reason.
If you got the football hooligan bingo card, that's a full house there, isn't it? Do you know what
Yeah,
mean?
so
That's
I
a
mean,
full house.
he was nominated for a George Cross medal, but he didn't receive one due to his criminal past. So it's kind of like it's a really tricky one, isn't it? Because he is a hero, but he's also
He's also a lunatic.
he's also just a bit fucking
A
loose,
racist
isn't he?
lunatic.
Yeah. So
But
like, how do you set out? You can't. He is a hero, but he's also clearly not a nice guy, you know.
Yeah.
He was heroic in the moment. For that moment, he was heroic.
He was.
Then,
And it's kind of like at that moment you want someone like Roy there, really, because if you had some like graphic designer drinking like a mocktail and eating a croissant, he would have just run off and people would have died.
Yeah.
You know. So actually, having a football hooligan there fighting the jihadists is perfect, really.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think
if you had to pick your street fighter to
You'd
fight a
want Roy.
jihadist,
Yeah, you would want.
Yeah,
if you had a graphic
you'd want some-
designer,
Yeah.
Millwall's finest.
Yeah.
graphic designer, recruitment worker.
Yeah, graphic designer from Milton Keynes. Has a boy called Todd.
Underage till girl. No.
I'd prefer a scaffolder. You know, I feel like a scaffolder would have been good.
Right there.
You want basically a psycho you can feed into the meat grinder.
Yeah.
That's what you want. And this is what like in war. You really want a bunch of psychos in the mix.
Of course you do.
This was his name Roy?
Roy Lana. Yeah.
Roy Lana, this was his moment.
It was
like
his
this
moment.
was his moment to be like, okay,
But
I can be a hero.
He is a hero.
This was his heroic
He is a
moment.
hero, but he's also a scumbag as well.
Yeah.
I love the mesh of it.
Yeah,
like,
it's
great.
a beautiful mesh.
Well,
you know, I mean, really it highlights just so complicated. Some people, like most people, are like.
yeah.
You know, they say if you die a hero, they see you live long enough to become a bigot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you could also say, like, fuck, you know, everyone talks about, World War One, World War Two, they were all heroes. Yeah, but some of them were fucking wrong.
Well, the thing is, yeah, they you know there must have been at least 10,000 pedos in the mix. 10,000 pedophiles fighting on the front line. 100%.
Oh, I wasn't listening for the last 1 minute. I just heard 10,000 people.
We were talking
10,000
about
pedos.
we were talking about if refugees are going to come into this country. I was speculating on the quota of pedos that should be in the mix. And I think my guess is 10,000. No, we're saying like in war. You know,
World
like
War
Paul was
One,
saying,
World
there's
War
a
Two.
couple of wrong uns. Like, there would have been way
So
more
many.
wrong uns than we thought, and also probably came back and were crowned as heroes, and then probably carried on doing whatever they were doing. You know, like crushing puppies or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, setting fire to a lot of blind schools and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. They carried on doing that, and they were lauded as heroes.
They were heroes, effectively. So
That's what I think of when I have my minute silence every year. How many fucking pedos were on the front line? You
I
reckon,
do think
you know?
shit like that. Yeah.
How many of these fucking bastards are wrong uns?
Yeah. But I think I think it's I think you need those people. You need to basically put a gun in the hand of an absolute psychopath and push them into the trenches. And
Someone
hope
who's
for
going to pull the
best.
trigger.
Yeah.
You need someone who's able to, like, I'm not going to think, boom, what am I supposed to do? That's the action.
What's great is you get those guys then who come back from the war and they were like, no, I fucking loved it out there.
Oh, yeah.
I hate it here. And they go off and they become mercenaries in other countries. They become hired guns. They're like, there's people out there and we just got to face facts here, guys. There's people out there who just love killing.
Yeah.
They love killing. They don't feel, and they come back home and they don't feel anything. They don't feel any remorse.
It's legal killing, isn't it? It's the only way you're going to get away with killing someone legally is being part of an army in a war, you know?
Let's sign up, lads. Let's fucking
If you really want to kill people.
You're getting me fucking
If
revved
got
up.
hard on as well.
Yeah.
The only thing
This should be fuck the if you can fix a skateboard, you can fix a fucking ARI. We should just have this conversation.
Let's have
Lads, you
more
want to kill some cunts for free?
more honest army adverts where they go, "Are you a psycho? In school, did you used to set fire to cats? Then look, we'll give you a gun and you can do whatever the fuck you want, lads."
Are you from Redcar? Are you from Cleveland? Do you drink Wetherspoons daily? Right? Do you not want to drink anymore? You want to go to like Iraq
Do you
or
ever see
somewhere?
an old woman on a train platform want to push her in front of a train? Then why don't you do that legitimately for Queen and country?
Here's a knife, here's a compass. Now jump out that fucking plane, boy.
The only thing I failed to mention made me laugh a little
Have
bit.
you ever wanted to rip the beard off of Father Christmas? Rip it off his face?
The only thing I didn't mention was
Have you been on pub watch for over 15 years?
Why don't you wipe the slate clean and come fight for us in Pakistan? Where no one knows your fucking name.
No one will know you're there. You're not supposed to be there.
I wanted to drop kick a toddler into an open sewer.
That's what we want. We want a bunch of like the Tasmanian devils.
Yeah,
we just
you
want
do.
them and go. That's what war is. The first like fucking 10,000 you send in, you're like,
What we
this
want to
is
do is
fodder.
we want to arm the nonces of this country and just send them to other places to cause absolute havoc. Sorry, Charles. You were about to say something.
sorry, I've just been.
But you were about to lower the tone even further.
Yeah, I was going to lower the tone. The only thing I failed to mention was that apparently he went on a government anti-radicalisation program. He was forced to go on a course afterwards, a prevent course.
After being called a hero.
Yeah,
Oh,
after because obviously he had some racial motivated crimes and stuff. They put him on that because they thought he could be at risk of being radicalised by anti-Islamic extremists. And he went on his course, and he got just really pissed off. He had to go on his course constantly because they were monitoring him loads afterwards.
It's like,
I just see divisions of him going on. He's actually this guy is a legitimate hero, and him being forced to like go on like basically anti-bigot course. Like it's just brilliant.
well, he was a bigot. He is a bigot.
He is a bigot, but to force a man who's like, saved like a pub,
They give him a
full of
rest,
people,
like-
you know.
It's like $1 million man. We can rebuild him. We can make him better. Because that's what we want. We wanted to turn him into a superhero.
Yeah.
If he didn't have that past,
Oh, he would
He
have
would
had
have
a
been-
George Cross. He would have had a George
he
Cross.
would have had a TV show with fucking Bear Grylls.
Yeah, he would have been. He would have. You know, there would have been a statue of him at Mill's ground or whatever. There'd be like, you know,
Yeah.
fighting people.
You can imagine though, like him coming out after the reprogramming, like Jack Nicholson when he gets lobotomized in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. He goes, "I think a diverse community is a good community."
Tommy Robinson just comes and puts a pillow over his face and goes, don't struggle anymore. Don't fucking struggle.
You're coming with me.
So funny. I've got a neighbour who's black and lovely food every night. The bus driver was Asian. He snapped my ticket for me. I love Asian people.
I love the smell of lentil dal.
I want to go to Australia on holiday and meet some Aborigines.
Get him back in. We need to up the dose. It's
Right.
wearing off.
My grandson identifies as Two-Spirit, and that's okay. Suitable place to wrap it up, lads. Thank you, everyone, for listening at home. Please like and subscribe, and download the Union Scum podcast at the place where you get all your usual podcasts. Thank you. Cheers, lads.
Nice.
Thank you.